Hello everyone, it's Millie Valentine here and welcome back to another episode of Move Over Mama. I'm flying solo today because Mum has flown away from me to go on holidays, but it's okay because I've got such an exciting guest here today again. She's colourful, she's creative, she's kind, and she's so iconic. She's Emma Memma, aka Emma Watkins. Emma, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to see you. I brought the holiday here.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Look. We've got the orange shoes, which aren't sparkly just yet.
I know, but I'm working on it.
Yes.
Did I tell you that I broke my foot? Did I tell you
No.
that? I broke my foot about 4 months ago. And so I've had to upgrade to these shoes to help so that I can still do the shows and dance and be Emma Memma.
Well, last time you talked about also like having a really bad leg injury.
Oh, was it the same thing? Maybe. I don't know. When I was in school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, as a dancer, things can happen, right?
They can.
And even now, you know, as an adult, I'm still getting dance injuries sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not often.
Yeah. How'd you break your foot?
Should I describe?
Yeah.
I was Irish dancing on a beach, but I was filming for someone, a beautiful band from Canada. And I was trying my best and I was dancing on a rocky surface. So the lesson is don't dance on the rocks.
Yep.
And a rock went out from underneath my foot and I rolled my ankle and I broke my foot. I've never broken anything before.
Gosh.
I know. Anyway, we won't start it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. But wow. So sparkly shoes are in the making as we talked about last time on Zoom. But now it's in person. I still just like you're out of the TV and that's just you're out of the Zoom.
Yes.
You're in front of me and I'm just so excited.
And I feel like we're having a party really without your mum.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mum left me. So
sorry, Mum.
like this is what you get. This is the payback that you get for not coming with us, you know?
I feel like we're having a house party.
Yeah. Wombat Wednesday, everyone.
Wombat Wednesday.
Okay. So as you might know, I ask everyone what they were like at my age. You've already answered it. But for the people that don't know, what were you like at my age? And I'm 13.
Oh, well, I do remember loving being at school and I was at a performing arts high school. So I got to dance every single day. So I think at 13, I felt like I was living the dream.
Yeah.
I got to dance ballet, be with my friends, hang with my sister, even though my sister and I weren't that close growing up because there was 4 years between us.
Yeah.
So very different ages back then, whereas now we're besties. But I do remember spending most of my time at school, and also because I got to dance there, I didn't have to go to that many classes outside of school.
Yeah.
So I spent a majority of my time at one place just trying to learn as much as I could.
Yeah, that's so cool. Did you like think that you danced? Did you want to be a ballerina dancer when you were younger?
Yeah, I was totally infatuated with ballet. I still love ballet.
Yeah.
And I guess that was my dream. I always thought that I would be in a ballet company and, you know, that's where my sights were headed.
Did you like ballet because you were good at it or?
No.
No?
I wasn't good at ballet. As in, technically I wasn't good at ballet, but I loved the music and I guess, you know, when you would do exams, they would write notes, you know, what you would improve on and they'd give you some critique and always it was like 100% musicality. Technique, questionable.
Exactly the same with me. Exactly the same. Mine's more like in education, like math. Like I'll always get an A for effort.
Always an A for effort.
Yeah.
And that's what you need in life.
Exactly. I didn't ask this question last time.
Okay.
But what was your bedroom like growing up?
I so wish my sister was here, by the way,
Yes.
because she would be able to answer this in a much more funny way. But I just remember having this purple beaded door.
Yeah.
Did you have a bead door?
No, I didn't.
It was all the rage in the 90s. It was a beaded door, purple, and I would sing in my bedroom, you know, naturally, as most teenagers do.
Yes.
And Hayley, my sister, would catch me singing because I wouldn't be able to see her because I didn't have my glasses on.
Oh.
So I'm short-sighted. And then I would just be singing in my room. But I had my purple bead door. It was fine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, what would she do when she caught you singing?
She'd laugh at me.
Aw.
But that's what sisters do.
I'm sure you were really good though.
Well, no.
Oh. Well,
I think
obviously it came later in life.
Later in life, I understood how to use my voice better.
Yeah.
But, you know, I we had our house was extended, so I was living in the upstairs room, and Haley always jokes about me being like Rapunzel in the tower, and she was downstairs, but she wanted to be in the downstairs room. That was her choice. So I would be upstairs with my bead door. I had a bunk bed initially, but I would only sleep on the top bunk, and Haley wasn't allowed on the bottom.
Right. Is that only for like friends? Like
not even like that.
Really?
Just, when you wanted to be like in a princess bed, and I wanted one that had the beautiful mosquito net. That never happened.
Oh.
Never.
Well, mosquito net, I feel like we can find it
was probably unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't have many mosquitoes in Sydney at the time.
Yeah, that's so true. What were your house rules growing up as a teenager?
House rules?
Just like rules in general.
Can you give me an example of your house rules?
My example, I guess, like coming down, eating dinner, like we don't eat in our bedrooms, like phones at the dinner tables.
True.
Like, and also like growing up with like boys and everything. What was your rules for that, I guess?
For boys?
Yeah.
I don't really remember having many rules at all, except I do remember hearing Mum and Dad watching Law and Order on the TV, and because that theme song was so particular, I knew it was on, and I'd try and come down the stairs and like watch in the background, and they knew every time, and they're like, "Get away, you're not allowed to watch this show." Obviously I understand now because it was quite serious content, but I think that was the only thing that I wasn't really allowed to watch TV after a certain time.
Yeah.
But that's probably pretty standard.
Yeah. And I also I don't think phones wasn't a really big thing back then.
Though we did have Tamagotchis.
What are those?
Millie?
Emma?
What do you mean you don't know what a Tamagotchi is?
It sounds like a Japanese.
It was the most amazing toy of life.
Really?
So it was basically a tiny digital pet.
Yep.
And you could, when you bought it, it would only have one option. So when it would be like a little digital picture. I'm going to show you.
Yes.
And then it would be an egg, and it would crack open. And then you'd have to look after the pet. You have to feed it, clean up its poo. And then at school, there was a huge, revolution across schools everywhere where they had to ban Tamagotchis because children were looking after their pet and not paying attention to the class.
Wow.
I know, and I loved my Tamagotchi.
Oh gosh, I want a Tamagotchi now.
You will want one.
Do you
I'm not encouraging it.
Really?
But it was great fun.
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't know what a Tamagotchi is.
I can't believe that either.
This is good, but I think Tamagotchis now are probably more advanced.
Probably.
Or maybe they don't exist. No, they're there in a nostalgic way.
Yeah. Oh, how
like a Furby. Do you know what a Furby? What is happening? Am I that old? We used to have Furbies, but I was a bit older.
Yeah.
You'd know it. It's like a funny, looking, kind of looks like a bat, but a bear crossover, and it's got funny ears, and you touch its tongue and it goes, feed me. But now they have digital eyes, but back then they didn't. It was manual, and it would have little, eyelids that would blink.
Oh, yeah. No, I had one of those. I think it was like a tiger.
Oh, that's cute.
I had to feed it, and then it pooped, and then had to sit. I go sit.
What a novelty!
Yeah, it's like Baby Alive dolls as well, where they'd cry and you had to feed
Baby Alive.
them.
Yes.
Oh gosh, they were.
We could go on forever.
We actually could. Your TV show on ABC, is that right?
Yeah.
ABC, Teenage Boss, is all about talking to teens about money and all of that. I guess mature talk.
I mean, you would hope so.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily the case.
Yes. Can you explain that to us?
Well, Teenage Boss is an amazing show. I've been so fortunate to host 2 series.
Yep.
But before me was the amazing math teacher, Eddie Wu.
Yep.
So he hosted season 1 and season 2, and I've just hosted season 3 and season 4.
Yes.
And essentially, you give the teens in the household full control of the family budget.
Yeah.
So they have to manage all of the expenses.
Yeah.
Not the mortgage.
Right.
Not the rent.
Right.
Not the school fees, because can you imagine if a teen was in charge of school fees, they'd take themselves out of school.
That's so true.
To save money.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. You get to manage as the teen everything else.
Yeah.
So petrol, food, groceries, whether you go to the movies or not.
Yeah.
All of the variable costs are in your control, and they have to make sure that they don't spend all that money throughout the month, because they want to be saving for their goal. And each teen sets a goal.
Yeah.
And by the end of the month, we see if they can reach that goal or not.
How much is the budget that they get given?
Oh, I mean, that's a great question. It just depends per teen.
Yeah.
So before we jump in, the parents and I decide what the approximate budget is for that family.
Yeah.
It could be at this point doing 2 seasons. It's pretty much anywhere between $2,500 and about $6,500, which is a big range.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, up in that higher range, those families might be managing their own business.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of other things to take care of.
Wow.
Right? So for the teen, they have to manage everything that their parents manage.
That's cool.
It's
for
awesome.
an entire month.
For a whole month.
How often do you check into that? Like check in and
Oh, pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Pretty much every single week.
Yeah.
So I see the teen, I meet the teen first, and then we kind of track how they go, and then I FaceTime them throughout the period, and then I come and see them at the end. But I
That
get
is
updates.
cool.
Yeah, and if they're not doing their job,
yeah. Wait, what happens if they go over budget?
I mean, they tend to go over budget in lots of different categories,
Yeah.
but in some other categories they don't. So it does even out.
Yeah.
But if they start to sway off track, I have to bring them back.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
Teacher Emma,
You should actually do it.
I would love to do that.
You would be good. What would you save for?
An e-bike.
An e-bike. Tell me more.
Well, I think that like, you know, with all my friends, you know, wanting to catch up in the holidays and, you know, going to Burleigh is a bit of a struggle. My parents can like drop me somewhere and then I can just e-bike along like the little broadwalk or like.
Because it gives you independence?
It does.
And you're a little bit too young to get your license?
Yeah, just
Is
a
that
little
right?
bit. Just I'm 13.
She's only
Just-
13.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes I feel bad asking my parents to drop me off everywhere, and having an e-bike is very, very, it's such a good idea.
According to
Me.
Okay, well, you can start saving. You don't need
Yeah.
to do Teenage Boss to start saving for that.
Yeah, but maybe I'd save for like a trip to Europe.
I mean, that's also something that would be great to save for. And some
Yeah.
of the teens on the show actually save to go overseas.
Aw. Does it happen?
Sometimes,
That's cute.
if they've saved enough money.
Yeah.
It's all up to the teen.
Well, yeah, I guess. Oh wait, you don't do school fees, do we?
No, you don't do school fees.
Right. I just like wouldn't buy as much groceries for 1 week.
So this is what is really, I know this is going off track, but
is.
what is interesting is understanding what your perception is of the groceries. So
Yeah.
how much do you think your family spends on groceries?
I feel like 3-4 years ago it was like 100, but now it could be like 200 a week maybe. Am I wrong?
I would say that you're probably spending more than that. Yeah.
Really?
So most grocery budgets are about a third of the full monthly budget, most of them. So if you can imagine, you know, the other day we were rewatching some of the episodes, but if the budget's about $3,500,
Yep.
your budget for food and groceries would be about $1,200, $1,500. So our family at any point in time is spending between $300 to $400 a week just on groceries, and that's not eating out. That's on top of that. So 100 would be quite small.
Oh my gosh.
in the scheme of, you know,
Yeah.
a general family life. But yeah, you'd be surprised. You should start looking into it.
I will. I got to start grocery shopping with my mum.
Yes, you need to.
I do. Now, getting back on track.
yes.
With social media, have you ever done any trends that you wish you never did?
Now, look, I'm not trendy enough to do any trends, but I will say that when I was in high school, I did have an emo stage.
Really?
I know. I had black jeans. I tried to dye my hair with black streaks, and I really liked Panic at the Disco.
Right.
But we didn't really have social media back then. We
Yeah.
had MySpace. That was probably
yeah.
about as interesting
Mum
as it
talks
got.
about that.
Mum talks about that.
Yeah, she goes, oh, I used to have MySpace. And I was
MySpace.
like, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
So
Emo.
I don't know
Emo
if-
Emma?
I mean, not now,
Not
obviously.
now. You're
And-
like the complete opposite.
And do you know what? I probably wasn't that, you know, emotional anyway. I probably just was following along with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about social media, for you and sharing your content on social media, but also the ban that's going to happen, hopefully not at the end of the year?
I mean, it's a really interesting conversation and it's so nuanced because it's different for different age groups and different purposes. But you're right. For us, as a content creator, it's an amazing way to share our content with other families.
Yeah.
And not just in Australia, across the world. So for us, it's really important. But also, I think what is really positive is that there are some amazing creators in this country and they will be discovered and other people will learn from them across the world because of social media platforms.
Yeah.
Of course, privacy, safety is super important. But yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting and very challenging for some people too.
Me.
Especially businesses.
Yeah. And we don't know what's going to happen with the Move Over Mama as well, how we're going to promote it. Mm-hmm. But at least kids will have a place to go to listen.
Yeah. And look, I think any kind of challenge like this is going to force creators to find new ways and it pushes people into innovation. So even though it sometimes feels like a challenge, good things always come out from that.
Yeah. Can we talk about your hair? So is this your real hair?
No, but it is a real hair wig.
Wow.
Yeah. Is it okay?
Cool. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
So does your natural hair look like that?
Ish. Yeah, it's about half this excitement.
Oh, it's still
It's curly.
exciting.
I've got curly hair.
Yeah.
And I grew up with very blonde, curly hair.
Really?
And then about a month before I was asked to be a wiggle, I decided for fun to dye my hair red. And so ever since then, I've just always felt really aligned to having red hair.
I never knew that.
Really?
I always thought you were a ginger.
Oh, no. I've got to show you photos. I had
Yes.
white blonde hair. I know.
What?
And my mum wouldn't let me dye my hair, which is why when I had the black streaks, it didn't look great.
Yeah.
So mum was right. But yeah, when I was, a young dancer, doing lots of gigs around Australia and dancing for different people, I thought, why not dye my hair red?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
There you go.
Learned something new. How long does it take to get ready before a show?
Oh, I wish other people from my team were here because they would laugh, but I'm very much to the last minute. But I think that comes from lots of years being with the Wiggles, and really at the time most of the group was guys, so they weren't that concerned with makeup and hair and costumes. And so I've learned to get ready very quickly.
Yep.
But for me now with Emma Memma, kind of half an hour before the show, I start thinking about it.
Oh.
But I'm not really dressed until the minute before.
Oh.
Yeah, so our show starts at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And I would be only doing up my dress probably 2 minutes before that.
9:58.
9:58, Emma, hurry up.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit too relaxed.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your show, your new show
I know.
here on the Gold Coast. So exciting. Tell us about it. Tell us what you are doing on your show.
Okay.
And, what's happening.
Well, this is really fun. Mm-hmm. It's called the Emma Memma Dance Island Party.
Yep.
Because everything's dancey.
Yep.
We're on an island and it's always a party.
Yes.
And from the last year, we received lots of feedback from parents and educators wanting us to show more sign language with animals.
Yep.
So what marine animals would be really cool to learn in sign. Mm-hmm. And, all animals are super fun, but we decided to choose a theme to streamline our show, and it's been the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Mostly because it feels like our show finally has been harnessed. And so now for the first time we have sharks,
Yes.
turtles,
Yeah.
jellyfish, starfish.
Wow.
You should come and see the show.
I would love to.
Please, can you?
Yes, absolutely.
This is my favourite show that I
Yeah.
think I've performed in the last 15 years.
Really?
I'm very excited about it. And we started already,
Yep.
earlier in the year up in Cairns. We've been to Perth, Adelaide, Tassie, regional Victoria, and now we're coming to the Goldie.
Wow. How long are you
Yeah.
going to be here for?
Well, it's only one show in the Goldie because it's a very big venue.
Yeah.
So it's one show, August the 31st on a Sunday, 10 a.m. at the Star.
the Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 shows in Brizzy
Yeah.
the day before. Princess Theatre.
Right.
August 30.
Okay. We're going to come.
Please, can you?
Yeah. How did you go in school, like studying and just high school in general?
Again, I wish my sister was here.
Yeah.
I was a bookworm and a study nerd.
Yep.
And I really did like study and I really did like school. So I tried super hard and really I did very well at school because I loved it.
Yeah.
But my sister would argue that she hated it.
Yeah.
And she was completely the opposite. But that's because, she was so talented at drama. She just was so much better at that than focusing on her homework.
Yeah.
I would say, sorry, Hayley, but she would say that too.
Yeah.
And, we recognize now with so many different education programs that there's so many different ways to learn.
Yeah.
And I think it's very different now, or at least there are certainly options.
Yes.
But yeah, I really love school.
I think I may be like your sister Hayley.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
It's perfect.
Each to their own.
Yes. Before we had a chat and on Zoom, and right after that you released your new song Dance Island Party. How did it go?
It was so good.
Yeah.
And, ever since we released the album itself in March, the tour has just changed. And I think because families have been waiting for us to write new music and we're a tiny team, so it takes us a long time to put an album together. But this album is really, really special and it has new sounds on it and new tracks, and everything really is original except for one song. And, to write original music takes a lot longer, than, making a new arrangement of a nursery rhyme, for example, because the idea is already there. But one of my favorite songs on the album is called Beach Trolley.
Yes.
So you have to have a listen
because
in the background I do some voice commentary
Yes.
for some grandmas named Janine.
Janine.
Have a listen.
I will. Is there something different about performing in Queensland?
It's a good question. I mean, children are relatively the same.
Yeah.
And there's always excitement in the audience. There's sometimes some little ones that are overwhelmed. I would say that Queenslanders are more relaxed
Yep.
than other places. And I think everyone's here to have a good time.
Yeah. Is there anything special about performing here?
I mean, I feel like there are special moments because I have a lot of family in Queensland. And so sometimes when we do the shows, my family gets to come and that's really nice.
Do you ever realize if you're talking, you'll start kind of signing with your hands?
I'm very much a culprit of that.
Yeah.
And look, it's important to recognize that, spoken language and visual language are two different things. So technically it's not that appropriate to speak and sign at the same time.
Really?
And when you're in the zone and when you are signing with somebody that's using Auslan or any sign language as their primary language, your headspace is completely different. And so it's actually a lot more comfortable to not speak and sign at the same time.
Yeah.
And when I'm having chats backstage with Elvin, we're having a great time.
When I was learning some of my sign language, there was different signs for the same words, or in sentences you can use a different hand sign for the same word just in a different way that you're saying it.
Yep.
Can that get confusing?
I mean, yes and no. When you've got the meaning that you're trying to convey, sometimes that that's the right sign for that moment.
Yeah.
But that only comes with practice.
Yeah.
Like any language, it's the more that you learn about it and the more that you learn the rules and the ways that you can use the sign, the easier it is. But sign language, as opposed to spoken language, is so flexible. It's crazy good. So if you wanted to sign something in a normal sentence in English, you might say, I'm going to the shops, which is very, very straightforward grammar.
Yep.
So you're saying I, the person, you're doing whatever it is, verb, going, and then shop, which is the final situation.
Yeah.
But in sign language, you could actually sign shop, go, I, or I go shop.
Yeah.
Or you could do I shop, go. You could sign it in any order and it would be correct.
Really?
I know.
Wow.
So you need to go away
I do.
have a deep dive Go.
That's
It's
so
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's been like your favorite kid encounter that a fan has come up to you?
Oh, that is so tricky. There are a lot of amazing families that come and visit us on the tour, and some families have been visiting us, for years.
Yeah.
So you see them in the same place.
Yeah.
So that's really nice because they start to feel like family. So you see the children grow up, and some children still come to the show and they might be 15 years old, 16 years old.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Anyone can come to an Emma Memma show. I think that there was one time, this was in our first year as Emma Memma, and we performed in Melbourne, and it was a really big crowd, lots of people, and I was walking out into the audience, which we do every show, and I go and collect artwork that children have given us. And one girl, I walked past her and she just stopped and stared at me with her mouth open, and it was like an abnormally long stare. She was like this. And then we basically had to stop the show because everyone noticed her. And then there's a video of me looking at her and then repeating what she's doing. So I did that to her, and then she just continued on. It was probably about 2 minutes of just silence while we looked at each other with our mouths open in shock. And she was just beautiful.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I'll try and find the video.
Yeah.
It's very cute. That was a fun moment.
You also just talked about the artwork that you get.
Yes.
You must get so much, like an absurd amount.
You should see my social media.
Yes.
I post about it often because we like to call Monday Making Monday.
Yep.
And Making Monday is generally us posting about some of the beautiful artwork that we get given on the tour. But some of the artwork that we've received recently is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And children creating all sorts of things,
Yeah.
not just drawings or paintings. It could be collage or paper mache or bracelets, like anything. And it's just been delightful to see their creativity come to life.
Yeah. What do you do with it all?
I try and keep most of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's tricky on the tour.
Yeah.
Sometimes I take a whole empty suitcase on the tour so I can put it into the suitcase so I can take it home. And then when I'm at home, and you might see this on my Instagram, I actually lay it out in my front yard.
Yeah.
And I take photos of everything.
And people can go, that's my
That's
photo
right.
in the top
Yep.
left. And
That's it.
That's
it.
so cute.
Yeah.
You have got such a superpower with connecting with kids. How did you find that you were just really good with kids?
I think it's just grown with time.
Yeah.
And I think, the older that I get, the more that I can be more relaxed about interacting with children in a way where they are just so brilliant and so funny. They're the moments that you learn as a performer and even as a person on how to interact with different types of people.
Yeah.
Children are really authentic and they are so, most of the time, fairly confident. And so I think that attitude and that personality is really beautiful, at a preschool age, and it's something that we need to do more as adults. I think we forget about that. They're so fun.
Yeah.
And I love that. Whereas I think when I was a younger performer, particularly when I first started the Wiggles, I was so worried about myself
Yeah.
that I can see that I'm not relaxed in the performances at all.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you start to realize that the performances are about the children, everything changes.
Yeah. Now onto the topic of Wiggles.
Yeah.
That was in my top 3 of like my childhood shows.
What's in the top 3? I want to know what the top 3
So
is.
it was Sophia the First.
Brilliant.
I love that show. And then probably like the Strawberry Shortcake Show.
So cute.
Loved that. And then Wiggles. Oh my gosh. I loved it.
It's a huge part of people's lives.
Yeah. What was the behind the scenes of the Wiggles that people like don't really know today of like what happened? I guess behind the scenes.
I guess, like any show, and even like our current show with Emma Memma, there's so much that goes on.
Yeah.
And, you travel a lot, you tour a lot. Most of the time you don't get to see the city that you're touring in.
Yeah.
Because you might be doing 4 shows a day.
Yeah.
And then you drive 4 hours to the next place and you sleep and you do it all again.
Yeah.
So I would say that, potentially it's really tricky to know what that lifestyle is like because you may only see them perform in your city.
Yeah.
But around that, it's a very, very busy schedule.
It is. Do you ever like get people that are like 15 or 16 come up to you and be like, I watched you when I was 5.
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
I actually went to a concert to see an amazing singer from New Zealand, Benny.
Yep.
Do you know
Oh,
Benny?
Benny, yes.
Oh, what a voice.
Yes.
She's not normal.
Yeah.
That's an amazing voice.
Yeah.
And, you know, here I was thinking I was trendy going to the concert, even though I just think she's one of the most amazing singers.
Yeah.
And I went to the bathroom and there were some young girls in there because Benny's target market must be between 14 and 20 years old maybe.
Yep.
And there was some young girls in there, they were probably about 14 and they just freaked out that I was in the bathroom with them. And, you know, I just keep forgetting that it's been that long probably since I first started there and how much children have grown.
You look the exact same.
No, I don't.
You do.
Thank you.
Like I just feel like just on screen and in real life you just look the same.
Well, that's
From ever from the Wiggles.
It's been a long time, you know. I started the Wiggles. I was actually there in the company in 2009.
Yeah.
So it's now 2025.
Yeah.
That's almost 16 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yes. How did you get into the Wiggles?
I just auditioned.
Yeah.
And my first audition I didn't get through.
Yeah.
So I was at uni. I was dancing for lots of other different people. I danced for Jessica Malboy, Marsha Hines. I danced in India. I did all sorts of amazing events. And then I came back and auditioned for the Wiggles again because they were looking for a very specific role this time. And I thought, well, that's good. I kind of know their audition process.
Yeah.
And they were looking for a ballet dancing fairy and I just happened to get the role.
Wow.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I know.
What is the most unexpected place someone has ever come up to you?
Well, yeah, the public bathroom is, and I would say unexpected as in I'm not thinking about seeing anyone in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But I think, and it just happens so often, could be at the airport or at the shops, you know, you're washing your hands, you like look up in the mirror and someone is looking at you and then I always get asked for a photo. And at that point, you know, I kindly ask them to have the photo outside the bathroom.
Yeah.
But I do end up having that encounter more often than what you think.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe daily.
Daily?
Yeah.
Wow.
In the bathroom. Maybe because you're looking at people in the mirror.
Yeah. Have you ever had to decline one?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's good.
Just moving outside the bathroom.
That's a bit appropriate.
Yeah.
What is one thing about being Emma Memma that people don't realise?
Oh, so many things. I think, you know, being Emma Memma and just me, we just have such a tiny team. We're an independent company, an independent children's company, and we do everything ourselves. So our life is very circus-like in the fact that we load in, we organise our touring, we do all the filming ourselves, editing at home. You know, we're making our music at home.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of the time people would assume that we have this huge entourage, but we don't have any of that. And, you know, in a way it's kind of freeing because we do get to do so much recording and filming and creating, you know, in our own backyard, which is certainly very relaxing.
You're so bubbly. Like you just always have got the biggest smile on your face and you lift everybody up just like when you come in, it's just like, oh, there's Emma. What do you do to, I guess, like re-alive yourself when you're tired or like burnt out?
Look, you know, sometimes, of course, everyone has a tired day. Like it's absolutely understandable. And, you know, there's no way that I could say that I don't.
Yeah.
You know, we travel and perform a lot. But when you're doing any shows, that could be anywhere, whether it's a library or a preschool or a theatre, the children bring you alive. Like their energy is so infectious. It's so real and you can't not be excited by that.
Yeah.
And for children, if we weren't excited to be there, that would be very disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you, I guess, like take a step back from like a crowd if, you know, you might be, there just might be a lot and you don't know how to like, if kids are jumping on you, just like, step back a little.
That's a good question. I think over time I've learned how to, I guess, control an audience in a way that still feels like it's integrated in the show.
Yeah.
And sometimes that depends on the theatre. You know, if the seats are really up and down, you know, and children have to sit in their seat because it's a very proper theatre.
Yeah.
That means that they're a little bit easier to control because they're not having to dance around. But the more fun shows are where they're just everywhere.
Yeah.
And where they have room to move and room to dance. And then really to control an audience like that, it's about using your language correctly and the pitch in your voice.
Yeah.
And it's taken me 15 years to figure that out.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Every day is a different scenario and things can just, you know, it's variable.
Yeah.
Every day that you perform is in a different place. You know, we're not like a traditional musical theatre company where you get to be in one place for 6 months.
Yeah.
We're in a different stage. And so sometimes it's the sound. Maybe the sound is too quiet and no one can hear you enough.
Yeah.
Or maybe you don't use your English correctly, or maybe you sign something a bit funny.
Yeah.
Just depends.
I just noticed,
Yeah.
the butterflies in your hair like drawn? Like,
So this beautiful girl, she's a woman, a beautiful illustrator in Brisbane, my friend Kerry Hess, she designed the Emma Memma costume, and these are all printed from her drawings.
wow.
Yeah. This one used to be a bit more watercolour, but we noticed that it was a bit more strong
Yeah.
if we change the colours. And this is what happens when you get to decide all these elements over time. As we started to see on stage and in photos, we noticed that we needed to create more contrast with this butterfly. And so these will be changed at some point too. But you're seeing the hybrid.
They're so, I love that. I just noticed, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, they're like a watercolour. That's hers.
Yeah. Oh, they're so beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Do you believe in luck or hard work?
Both. It has to be a mixture of both.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably lean more into hard work.
Yeah.
Maybe because I feel like we do a lot. But I think it's always the right place and the right time. And that combination can change the trajectory of any pathway.
When you left the Wiggles, you really went on your own and then you created Emma Memma. Is there any entrepreneurial, entrepreneurial?
That
How
was
do I say
beautiful.
that word?
I just want to leave that as is because that was so cute.
Yeah, I guess so. Is there
Let's
any,
leave that.
what I just said, advice I guess you would give to anyone really, like kids my age, teens, adults?
I think really it's about giving everything a go
Yep.
because you don't know what skills you're going to need at any point in time.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily just about working. I think that's just life in general. But also start saving because if you have a little pocket of something, it means that you'll have the flexibility to do maybe a job or a situation or an event that suits you and is something that you like to do, which might lead to you loving that job even more than if you're tied down to trying to do something just to earn a buck.
Yeah. That's very good. Very good. What I just said, advice.
Entrepreneurial.
Entrepreneurial advice.
And also I should have listened to my own advice. You know, when I was little, I didn't save well. I think I saved money and then tried to buy a pet. So, you know, I think it's really important.
Yeah.
I know I must sound really old, but
No.
you should start saving
Yeah.
because you're going to need it at some point.
Yeah. That's very good. Now, if you could look into the mirror of probably not your like little emo phase, Emma.
No, that wasn't even.
Yeah.
I just had some funny streaks in my hair.
Yeah. But if you could go back and talk to little Emma and tell her about your life, give her some advice, what would you tell her?
I think just that. Save a little bit of money and don't spend it on a hermit crab, Emma. Save some money so that you can be prepared for what's coming.
Hermit crab?
I loved hermit crabs.
Maybe-
I really wanted a goat, but I wasn't allowed to get one early on.
Well, I was going to say, have you got a friend for your goat?
No, I haven't. My goat has been on his own, but he's in a herd. So
Right.
even though he had a twin,
Yes.
for anybody, for the reference is that when we caught up last time, I had two goats, twins. And the little girl, she passed away when I was on tour. So I've got the little boy, but he's in a herd. So he's okay. He's got friends.
Oh,
Yeah. I think he's okay at the moment.
yeah, that's very good. I forgot to mention that.
Look, the goat,
thinking
I was
that-
saving money. to buy a goat.
Yeah.
But I couldn't really have a goat where we were living. So I bought a hermit crab instead.
So you did buy the hermit crab?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. So now we're going to do a bit of a this or that.
Perfect.
Ooh, ballet flats or boots?
Boots. As in flat boots.
Yeah.
Like farming boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, boots.
Yeah, because you've got a farm, don't you?
Yeah, well, we kind of live in the country.
Yeah.
So always a boot.
Yeah. Orange or pink? Don't say both.
Orange.
Yes.
Can I say apricot?
Yeah.
You know, like a light touch of orange.
Yeah. Tutoring or filming? No, not tutoring. Touring or filming?
Tutoring. I was like, wow. I haven't ventured into that realm. Imagine that if I started tutoring. What would I tutor, I wonder?
Ballet.
Maybe. I used to teach ballet.
Yeah. Okay, so
tutoring
touring.
ballet, touring or filming.
Yes.
I would have to say touring,
Yeah.
definitely. You get to meet more people.
Yeah. Sign language or dance?
Oh, that's way too hard.
Really?
Look, my first love is dance, so I think I'll have to choose that.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
But sign language is very useful.
Of course. So receiving an expensive gift from your husband or receiving a little picture from a fan?
Oh, a picture any day.
Yes.
Yes, I don't think my husband and I have given each other a present in like 8 years. So
fine.
yeah, we're too busy. But you know, the drawings that we receive from fans are they're so cute.
Yeah.
And I've got plenty to show you.
So excited. That was our this or that. Now I would love you if you could take a cookie out of the fortune cookie jar.
I am so excited about this.
Yes. Okay. Oh, let's take this one.
This is such a good idea. I don't know if it's because I'm a fairly positive person, but every time I open one of these, I always feel like it relates.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to go first?
Let's do it at the same time.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is great. Okay. Are you going to read?
Okay, I will read.
It's your podcast. You should read first.
Decision is a risk rooted in the courage of being free.
Okay, read it again. Decision
is a risk rooted in the courage of being free.
That's true. Like
Right? So how does that resonate?
Well, you know, making a decision can sometimes be risky and maybe you don't need to make the decision. Just be more relaxed.
I guess so.
As in, you don't need to be decisive sometimes.
Yes.
Maybe you don't need A or B.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something you've not thought of.
Yeah.
Be more lateral thinking.
Yeah.
And what else is out there? Maybe it's not just the two options.
Yeah.
Okay. All that is necessary for evil to succeed is that good men do nothing. This is very serious.
I mean, your husband didn't get you an expensive gift, but he's a really good man.
But really, if you do nothing, then evil will succeed, essentially. So the answer, which relates to what we talked about before, is a bit of hard work. Like, when is it going to change if you don't do something about it?
True.
So if you don't take that action, then what's going to happen?
Exactly.
I mean, it says evil. We won't really go there.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
just something, as in it just nothing would happen.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. If you want to find Emma Memma, go to her Instagram account. What's your Instagram account, Emma?
At Emma Memma Memma.
At Emma Memma Memma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where can we buy tickets to your show?
livenation.com.au, or if you just search Emma Memma, it'll come up. See you next time.